Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from wherever in the world you tuned in here on Forever Sports. It's Autumn Nation Series time. It's time for Ireland up against Fiji live at the Aviva Stadium. From myself, Rudes, it's an absolute pleasure to take you through this one. Of course, Fiji coming off a victory against one of the Six Nations side in the form of Wales, who are in a real dip in form at the moment. They're worst in history. Good luck to Warren Gatland and his men as they take on the world champions, the Springboks, later on. Live here on Forever Sports, of course, live with Stevie P. But for the moment, to build us up to that game, we've got the Irish up against the Flying Fijians. Unfortunately, Fiji, of course, will be without their top man, Samir Andrandra, who's, of course, copped a ban against Wales for a red card, and he'll be sitting out. But nonetheless, there's playmakers, there's game breakers in this Fijian side that can perhaps put up a fight here at the Aviva Stadium against Ireland. Ireland, of course, a couple of changes on their side. We'll go through the starting 23 of each team in just a little bit as we see the players lining up for the national anthem. Do give a shout out in the comments section from where in the world you are tuned in. If you want a shout out, of course, here it's a rugby journey on Forever Sports. To our sponsored BITDEFENDER, of course, a shout out, keeping us safe in terms of our network security. But this game is going to be one heck of a game, especially if Fiji can get some sort of set piece against Ireland. Ireland, of course, just know how to set their structures right. One favours Ireland in the sense of a victory in this game, but the Fijians, don't count them out to put on a show here this afternoon at the Aviva Stadium. And of course, as they say, you've got to earn the right to go wide. And before I do go any further, some exciting news from my side. I earned the right to go wide, and I did what any proper man should do when he has a good woman standing in front of him. I proposed to my lady. She's now my fiancée, wife-to-be, and I just want to introduce you and share this exciting news here on Forever Sports with you. Hello, honey.
Hi, baby.
Do share with us. She said yes, of course. Surely now, they've got to go wide. And wide they went. I'm so glad and so happy to be on that journey. Of course, we come back to the rugby, and it's Ireland taking on the Fijians. She makes me lose my concentration there for a minute, but I'll get back to it. It's exciting to take you through this one. Couple of changes. I mentioned the starting 23 of each side. Let's go through them. Starting with the Fijian side from 1 to 23. At 1, Ilia Kanakayavata, Kitione Salawa, Meli Derenalagi, Timo Mayanavanua, Mesake Vothe, Luke Tagi, Tavite Canavere, Eroni Maui at number 8, Frank Lamani at scrum half, Caleb Muntz, Bonapati Loganamasi in for Samir Andrandra, of course, who I mentioned. He's serving a ban. Joshua Tuisova, the man they'll look to make those busts up in the midfield, playing inside centre. The captain, Wayasia Nayathalevu at 13. Jiuta Wainagolo at 14. And Vuate Karawelevu at 15. 16 to 23. Sam Matavesi, Aratiti Hetet, Samu Tawake, Setereki Turanagoke, Albert Tuisue, Penny Matawalu, Vilamoni Botitu, and Sereli Mangala at number 23 for Fiji. For Ireland, 1 to 23, of course, Andrew Porter, who's been the mainstay at Loosehead, making his debut in the Irish side. So much has been spoken of him at club level. Gus McCarthy at hooker, Finlay Beelum, Joe McCarthy, Tideburn, another debutant in the form of number 6, Cormac Izuchuku, 7, Josh van der Fleer, and the captain, 8, Kalen Doris, making up that forward pack. 9, Craig Casey comes in, of course, for Jamison Gibson Park, a real fresh change of ideas for Andy Farrell, of course, looking towards the next generation of Irish halfbacks. At 10, of course, making his first start. He came off the bench last week. Sam Prendergast in that close shave victory over Argentina, of course, by 22-19. Jacob Stockdale at 10. No James Lowe for this one. Bandiaki back in the side at number 12. Another one who's renowned for his busting runs in the midfield. Robbie Henshaw at 13. Mac Hansen 14. And the young, promising Jamie Osborne at fullback. 16-23, Ronan Kelleher, Tom O'Toole, Thomas Clarkson make up the reserve front row. Ian Henderson, Kian Prendergast, Connor Murray, Kieran Frawley, and Stuart McCloskey make up the rest of the reserves for the Irish side. A lot at stake here for Fiji, of course. They want to put up a good showing. There's always been talk about Fiji making their way into the Super Rugby. Well, they have made it into the Super Rugby campaign. I beg your pardon, the Rugby Championship. They always feel like they somewhat left behind in terms of they produce so many great players who go off and play in France. But as a collective, they really want to show that Fiji is in fact on the map. And they did themselves so many favours overcoming Wales a couple of weeks ago. One of the nations in, of course, the North that are the mainstay of the Six Nations series, but in a real dip in form, as we know. So Fiji beating them was probably most certainly their highlight of this Autumn Nations series. For Ireland, there have been talks about perhaps an ageing side. They need to rotate, and in terms of rotation, they've done just that. Andy Farrell has brought in the likes of Craig Casey. He's given a debut now to the likes of Gus McCarthy, Cormac Izuchukwu, and then number 10, all eyes will be on Sam Prendergast, who perhaps wants to wrestle that jersey away from Jack Crowley. There's still the likes of Kieran Frawley on the bench. But the next generation of Ireland will be on display here this afternoon at the Aviva Stadium. And we're almost underway for kickoff. A lot of emotion in the Irish national anthem. But what a game we're in store for here. We know the Fijians like to throw it around. But over the last couple of years, we've seen them really add some structure to their game. You've got to have a strong set piece if you want to compete in the 15-man game. And they are climbing the ranks in doing so. Of course, in the sevens game, no one can doubt that Fiji are right up there as the best there's ever been. They just want to be able to translate that into the 15-man game. And it's an absolute packed house at the Aviva Stadium. Fiji not renowned to be your top teams in the Tier 1 nations, but really up and coming. And they'll give their war cry to the Irish. And we'll be underway here on Forever Sports, as I mentioned, of course. Later on, live with Stevie P, we'll have the Springboks up against Wales at the Principality Stadium. No doubt Rassie and his men want to close off the Autumn Nations series with a strong statement. Give your score predictions for this game in the comments section. What are your thoughts on the Springbok game in terms of the selections? What we can look forward to come 2025 as they, of course, build towards the next Rugby World Cup. Every single one of these teams, in fact, Wales, Ireland, Fiji, they're all making their statement, building up to the next World Cup, which will be held in Australia. But for the moment, it's the Fijian war cry. The crowd is silent. They pay such respect to the visiting sides. Even when they take a penalty kick or conversion, you notice the crowd gives the kicker his dues. You don't quite get that here in South Africa. But we have other strengths. We bring the vibe. As they say, hoya, hoya! And we're moments away from kickoff here at the Aviva Stadium. The referee in the middle today, Holly Davidson, will be taking charge with the whistle. It's a couple of changes from both sides. Ireland, of course, some debutants. Fiji, of course, had to make a change with that card, that red card to Semi Randrandra in the form of Wainingolo. But an electric atmosphere nonetheless at the Aviva Stadium. Give us your score predictions here live on Forever Sports. Surely now. Look out for that man in the midfield, Joshua Tuisova. Calves for days. Standing calf raise press, I think they mentioned in the media, 180 kilos. They're going to need a couple to bring him down. Built for the kill is Joshua Tuisova. But they'll also be looking to that man, Caleb Muntz. They need a general at number 10, Fiji, renowned for throwing it around, but they need someone to calm it down. They need a strong set piece. And they really need to keep the tempo up here, Ireland. If they get into their structures and they're allowed to play their own game, it could be a long night for Fiji. Fiji want to keep it unstructured in a sense, but still keep a strong set piece. At line-out time, at scrum time, seconds away, it's going to be Fiji kicking off from left to right. Live here at the Aviva Stadium, we're underway. As Caleb Muntz kicks it straight into the hands of Joe McCarthy, who makes no mistake. Outside the 22, it's Craig Casey, who feeds Andrew Porter, who takes it up. Looking for an angle here, Casey. He's outside the 22, so he'll shape for a contestable. Chasing is Hansen. But wonderful hands there from Karawalevu. And Fiji in possession now, just on halfway. Muntz feeds Thanakai Vata. As they look to make it over that vantage line, there was Timo Mayavanua. Still in possession via Ronnie Maui. And now Muntz puts it up. We'll see a lot of this kicking game taking place today. With the new laws, you can't shield, in fact, the receiver, so there will be a little bit more 50-50 balls. But on that occasion, they tackled in the air, says Holly Davidson, and Ireland get the penalty just inside their own 10-metre mark here on the 15-metre mark on this right-hand touchline, and Prendergast gets some territory into touch for Ireland. Well taken in the air there by Jamie Osborne. And a first throw at international level for Gus McCarthy. We're on the 10-metre mark here. Off Fijian territory, straight to the middle. Joe McCarthy. And unfortunately, on that occasion, Fiji will get a scrum down. It wasn't straight in the line-out. Gus McCarthy will be disappointed with that. There was a contest from Fiji, but on the outside shoulder, the referee blew the whistle, and rightfully so. We have our first scrum. We're just about 2 minutes in here. Fiji somewhat lighter in terms of their pack weight. Can they hold up at scrum time here? Strong set from Fiji. Lomani to Muntz. Nayathalevu puts it to the boot. Straight down the middle of the pitch. Straight to Jamie Osborne, who looks to run it. There's some space down this left-hand touchline. It's Stockdale. who puts it upfield. Caleb Muntz wants to run. Well tackled there by Jacob Stockdale. Chasing his own kick, but Fiji have possession. Lomani to Maui, who takes it up. He's brought to ground. We're inside the 22. It's going high. It's contestable. It's another good take. Tuisova there to tackle Osborne, but he's taken it well under pressure. Ireland back in possession. To and fro we go here at the Aviva. Craig Casey, Prendergast out the back. Jamie Osborne looking for some space, but here come Fiji. Coming back. I missed that one. It kind of looked like Tuisova got his timing just a little bit wrong on that occasion. On Jamie Osborne again. It's a timing issue. Discipline is going to be paramount here. You don't want to gift Ireland field position. Considering they're on the 10-meter mark, they can put this into the 22 of Fiji now via the boot of Sam Prendergast. And he does exactly that to the great cheer of the crowd. Ireland only 5 meters out on this left-hand touchline. Will we see a driving maul here? Will it be a try on debut for Gus McCarthy? I don't want to preempt it, but one feels Ireland would back themselves here. Straight to Joe McCarthy. No driving maul, but here it is. It's try time. Josh van der Fleer to Gus McCarthy. And then in at number 5, the lock forward. In fact, it's Caelan Doris running the inside line. Try assist for Gus McCarthy. Inside ball, and they couldn't contend with the hard running there of Caelan Doris. And try time for Ireland. So a little bit of a timing issue. Taking the man in the air a few moments ago cost them a penalty. They put it into touch. And as a result have scored the first try. Ireland, with a little over 5 minutes gone, are on the board. Sam Prendergast with the opportunity to add the extra 2. The crowd is silent. They love the kick. It's sailing. It's sailing. It's over. Ireland get the full 7. We thought they're going for the driving maul. But Van der Fleer off the top to Gus McCarthy, and then the inside line from Caelan Doris. Track time! Fiji kickoff via Caleb Muntz again. Uncontested, Joe McCarthy collects. And Ireland look to build just outside their 22. Craig Casey told to use it by the referee. It's high. It's McHanson who's underneath. It's all gone backwards. Loose for a moment, but Naya Thalevu cleans up for Fiji here. Midfield just on the Irish 10-meter mark, and a lovely bump there by one of the Fijian attackers. Lomani looks for a break. Fiji want to get into their stride here. Caleb Muntz. It's wide now to one, and Ngolo can't stretch his legs. Brought to ground, but Fiji still in possession, looking to work their way to the 22 here. Out the back, Naya Thalevu can't free the hands. Ireland stout on defence for the moment. Lomani again to Ronnie Maui, who we'll see a lot of this evening in terms of his running. Josh van der Fleer coming through the middle. The referee says play on. Fiji throwing it around now. Tuisova bumping them off. Yes, man, let's see some more of that. But they've lost some meters here. Fiji just not able to do much with possession. Running out of space on this left-hand touch line. But there's that Fijian flair. Poor Craig Casey got bumped into the next dimension there, and then Tuisova again on Casey. Look out, Craig. You can't be eating your biscuits and expect to tackle these Fijians. Built like a storehouse at a construction site. Most of these Fijians, legs for days. But on that occasion, it was the number 7, Tavite Canaveri, just running out of space on this left-hand touchline. Time off for the moment. The drama has begun. We're going upstairs to the TMO. What for? We wait with bated breath. Sam Prendergast looked like he put an elbow there on Canaveri, and that is going to be a yellow card, surely now. What mitigation is there now? In my opinion, of course, I'm not the TMO, but it's either yellow. To the bunker we go for potential red. They had no reason to do that. Sam Prendergast in his first start in the Irish jersey. It's going to be yellow. Just not what the young man needed. Welcome to international rugby. Go and sit down and rest as you wait for the bunkers review. Fiji will play with the man extra and get the penalty up. Put it into touch. Perhaps exploit that number 10 channel via Joshua Tuisova. Of course, plies his rugby in France. Any team would love to have him at club level. He's a human wrecking ball, is Tuisova. And into the 22 go Fiji with that penalty kick into touch. School-like error from Prendergast. There was no space for Canaveri. No arms, hit him with the shoulder on the head. Is that going to be very costly for Ireland? Tuisova makes it up to the 22. Fiji in possession. Ireland defending with 14. Here comes Kaya Kaivata. Unfortunately, losing it in contact there, and Ireland come away with it via Zuchukwu, one of the other debutants. No Prendergast, of course, who will take over the kicking duties in that flow-off channel. It's Jamie Osborne off the left boot, who finds a good touch and some respite for Ireland. Lead by 7, but down a man for the next 10 minutes. For them, they hope. If not, it could be 20, and Prendergast could be gone. Early drama here at the Aviva Stadium. Fiji at the back of the line out. Lomani. Tuisova taking on Doris and Van der Fleer. Over the advantage line they go. Muntz. Kick pass. Who wants it? Lovely ball. Here's an opportunity for Fiji. Ironi Maui. 1 and goal. Stretches. He could be over, you know. It's going to go to the TMO. Oh, Fiji could be on the board there via none other than number 14, Juta Wanengolo. He seems confident, but of course the TMO will make the final call. Was a kick pass from Caleb Muntz, and it was Tide Byrne who did all he could to stop Wanengolo, but it looked like he's there. It just has to touch a blade of grass, of white paint on the blade of grass, should I say. He might be an inch short. Would you believe it? So unfortunate for Fiji. Could be a half inch, you know. But Fiji showing some promise. with the kick pass, great in the air. I think it was the number 6, Luke Tuggy. No try, says the referee, Holly Davidson. But if that's what awaits us for the rest of the game, there's some promise here for Fiji. Nervous times for Ireland, considering the bunker review still needs to give a result. But almost making Ireland pay there. Mick Byrne knows that would have been a crucial score just to get their confidence up. But Ireland will have a 5-metre scrum. 5 metres in from this left-hand touchline. Craig Casey to feed. They'll look to clear here with an exit strategy via the left boot, perhaps, of Jamie Osborne. But it's Casey with ball in hand. Strong scrum from Fiji again. Caelan Doris looks to pick it up and just get a better angle. Perhaps Craig Casey. Osborne under all sorts of pressure. Not the kick he wanted. Fiji doing just enough, and legally so, says the referee, to disrupt Craig Casey at that breakdown. The pressure's on Fiji, only 11 metres out from the Irish try line, with the feed to Kaya via Salawa. They want to get the set piece right here. Just over the top. Not able to take it there, Fiji, unfortunately. Inaccurate in terms of that line-out set piece. This time around, Osborne has some more time on his hands. But Fiji are going to play quickly. Via the fullback, Karawalevu. Makes it up almost to the Irish 10-metre mark. Thana Kaivata for Fiji. Their prop forwards love running with ball in hand. Bandiaki there doing well to stand up in the tackle. And yes, Joshua Tuisova again taking on 2 defenders. They got to look after him. He'll come at you all day and twice on a Sunday. Salawa makes it over the advantage line. McCarthy tries to go in. He's off his feet. No, says the referee. He's on his feet. Just not enough support there for Ireland, or for Fiji, should I say, at that breakdown. Perhaps looking one step too far ahead, and Ireland getting the turnover there via Joe McCarthy, the lock forward. And Ireland will have an opportunity on their own 10-metre mark, centre field, to get back into the Fijian half. Great hit from Bandiaki there to stand tall in the tackle against Darren Alagi. A big unit, but so is Bandiaki, did well. All action here for the moment, and we're going to get a TMO bunker review. Folks, hold your breath. It's only going to be a yellow card. He will get back onto the field. Thought he'd look a little bit more concerned than that. Looks like he's more annoyed with himself, but another penalty advantage here for Ireland from this ensuing line-out. And it's the discipline that's costing Fiji for the moment. How different things could have been between that half inch when Wainangolo stretched to score. The margins are so small in international rugby, and Ireland are no advantage coming back for the penalty. And more territory will be eaten away here by Jamie Osborne. Deep into the 22 on this left-hand touchline we go. Inside the Fijian territory already, 4 penalties conceded. Just a little over 3 a minute. That's not a good average. Fiji are going to have to pull it together. And here come Ireland via Tide Byrne. Gus McCarthy has it at the back. They're looking to maul here, Ireland. In the 22. They've got an attacking shape via Bundyaki. It's Robbie Henshaw who feeds Jacob Stockdale. They're only 5 metres out. Fiji off their feet at ruck time. And unfortunately, ill discipline costing the flying Fijians for the moment. There's Bundyaki and Robbie Henshaw linked up there in midfield. Robbie Henshaw making the break, feeding Jacob Stockdale, and then Fiji was scrambling off their feet. You've got to hold your feet. And they're coming back for a penalty here. Nayafalevu just asking for some clarity from the referee, but it was in plain sight. Off their feet at ruck time, and Ireland look like they're going for a tap and go here. Gus McCarthy to Caelan Doris. Josh van der Fleer. It's all too easy. It's try number 2. We talk about the luck of the Irish, but no luck involved in that. The set move from the tap and go 5 metres out. Gus McCarthy to Caelan Doris. Josh van der Fleer running the short line. And Nayafalevu tried in vain, but couldn't stop Josh van der Fleer there. Ireland have try number 2. The conversion should be all but a formality here to make it a full 7 to go up to 14 for the moment. It's 12-0. What are we looking at? We've gone up to the TMO again. They're working hard for their money today. We're only 15 minutes in here. Try is good. Not sure what they were checking there. But it's Craig Casey. Whilst Prendergast is off the field, we'll take the shot. Easy as you like. 2 points. Ireland up by 14-0. Fiji, in terms of their discipline, have to shape up or they will be shipped out. Early signs of how Ireland play with such structure. You can bet that one comes off the training ground. Fiji had no answer. Caleb Muntz with the restart here. 2 tries, 2 converted tries. Play 0 straight to Caelan Doris, who takes it up. He's met by Ronnie Maui. Ireland look to play here. Tight burn. It's Robbie Henshaw. Ireland giving the ball a bit of flight here. Bundyaki looking for the outside. But Tui Soba says, no, sir. You're my opposite number. I'll show you how to defend. In fact, Bundyaki put in a good hit earlier. Tui Soba just showing him, if you can do it, so can I, son. Fiji, between the 10-metre mark and 22 of Ireland. Advantage to Fiji this time around. No advantage comes. Offside. At that line out set piece, Ireland, and an opportunity here for Fiji to put it into the corner. They need a response. Ireland up to this point have had their discipline intact. Under a minute for Prendergast to come back onto the field. But in fact, Fiji have decided to go for the 3 here. They want to get on the scoreboard. They've played a bit of rugby. But they also don't want this game to get away from them. It's Caleb Muntz within his range, one fields. On the angle. About 38 metres. Can he get Fiji on the board? Takes a look at the ball. Takes a look at his target. Caleb Muntz in his stride. The strike is good. It's sailing. And it's over! Like a bird in its flight, Caleb Muntz puts Fiji back in this fight now. On the board, still trail by 11 points. With the first quarter of this game just about wrapped up, Prendergast back on the field for Ireland. Loose ball in terms of the restart in Ireland via Mac Hansen. Have gathered it, not what Fiji would have wanted as Ireland play down this blind side. Caelan Torres. Offside there from one of the Fijian players who was backtracking. And that's going to be cynical, and that's going to be a yellow card. Unfortunately for Fiji, a schoolboy error. Irani Maui will sit in the bin for 10 minutes. Backtracking to get behind the last man's feet. And just couldn't help himself by tackling Craig Casey there. Did well to tackle Caelan Torres. In the process, decided to get up and make another tackle. Illegally so. So Fiji playing with the man down. And Ireland making an error there. Prendergast put it over the dead ball line. It's a 22-meter dropout. I was a little bit confused for a moment. So was the referee, but it is a 22-meter dropout. Fiji getting a bit lucky on that occasion, but not a good first start for Prendergast. The yellow card, and on that occasion, a routine kick into touch. Kicked it too far. Fiji send it back with interest inside Ireland's half now. Craig Casey from the base. Ireland looking to work up to halfway. Fiji making a nuisance of themselves. Prendergast looked like he had all the time in the world and kicked it straight into touch. He's having a little bit of a shocker, the young man. Is he a little bit rattled when he sees those Fijian defenders coming at him? He's kicked this one straight into touch. He almost didn't know what to do with it. Too much weight on the kick. Fiji getting the rub of the green for the moment. It's a loose line out, but they've cleaned it up, Fiji. Caleb Muntz goes in to play scrum off. And again, ruck time. It's Ireland who get the advantage, and Craig Casey takes it quickly. It's Gus McCarthy in support. Over the ball of Fiji, surely. No, leave it alone, says the referee. Prendergast. Bandiaki. To Robbie Henshaw, they're up and over the 22. Ireland. Is there an opportunity here? Fiji's discipline at the moment really costing them. It must be said. Craig Casey taking it quickly there, but nothing's come of it. Great support running from Joe McCarthy amongst others. Involved in a couple of phases there. Forward pass, they had numbers to burn. Fiji again breathe a sigh of relief. Scrum down to Fiji. Apologies for that break in video feed for the moment. But nothing came of it there for Ireland. They were on the break inside the 22 of Fiji, but Mac Hansen's ball just floating forward as per the referee. Tight margins, must be said. Elmore says Holly Davidson and the TMO better be on the IRU Xmas list. Fiji won't mind that call. They can find a way to exit here. Ireland, when they've had the opportunity to get into the Fijian danger zone, they've taken the points. 2 tries, 2 converted tries, in fact. Matawale is on for Frank Lamani. It looks like he's gone off with an injury. Caleb Muntz gets it off the scrum from Matawale and safely into touch. Ireland still just outside the 22 of Fiji here on this left-hand touchline. Fiji want to be playing in the right areas. Ireland have been efficient at set-piece time. Fiji will do well to negate not conceding any points with the man down. How long can they hold out here? Gus McCarthy. It's a loose line out and Wainingolo comes away with it. Matawale. Naya Thalevu cleans it up for Fiji. Caleb Muntz. So strong in the tackle there, Tuisova, but he's eventually brought to ground. Fiji set up a ruck here. One of their tight forwards again, looking for an angle here for Muntz to clear. Inside his 22. Finds an excellent touch there, Caleb Muntz. Really nothing on outside him. Just gaining some valuable territory. Still 4 minutes to play before Irani Maui comes back onto the field. Here come Ireland with the line out. It's a set play. It's a loose ball. Play on. Jamie Osborne comes away with it. Stockdale to Mackinson, who can't hold on to it. They're creating the opportunities, Ireland, in that back line, but unfortunately, the hands of Mackinson letting them down there. Jamie Osborne cleaned up the loose ball, fed Jacob Stockdale on the inside and then out to Mackinson, who just couldn't hold on. Would have been a race for the try line, but all to no avail. He couldn't hold on to it. Fiji breathe again and only trail by 11 points. We'll restart with the scrum to Fiji. Knocked on by Mackinson. Ireland up to this point. 7 offloads in the game. Showing some enterprise. Giving it some flight. Fiji really haven't been able to assert themselves in Ireland's territory really up to this point. But they'll have to exit here via Caleb Muntz once field. Matawalu to feed. Right up against this right-hand touchline. It's Fiji will pick it up off the base. Outside the 22 now. Do we see a contestable? Yes, we do. It's high, perhaps a little bit too much weight on it. Mackinson is smashed in the tackle by Tuisova. Fiji on their feet, surely. Ireland somehow recycle it. The defence is stretched here from Fiji. It's Bandiaki who puts his head down and straightens the line. Somehow Fiji have come away with it. It's all happening. Matawala just not able to find a blade of grass, kicking it straight to Prendergast in backfield, and it's Mac Hansen now, looks full of running. Met hard in defence. Fiji holding him up, but he managed to bring a knee to ground. They've got to release the tackled player. Here come Ireland again. Van der Fleer now. Does he have support? Henshaw in. Wonderful hit there. Fiji putting in some big hits here. And Jacob Stockdale is eventually hampered into touch. Physical stuff from the Fijians, but getting exposed on defence. Prendergast there. And it was in the effect of tackling Prendergast that one Ngolo got a hand to the ball. So it's going to be an Irish scrum. Just about 20 metres in from this left-hand touchline. Jamie Osborne coming off the field for Kieran Frawley. Be interesting to see if Mac Hansen moves to fullback. Kieran Frawley, of course, an out-and-out 10. How will Ireland reshuffle their backline here? Working our way to the half-hour mark. An injury early on in this first half for Fiji in terms of Frank Lamani, and now for Ireland, Jamie Osborne. Looks like he's in a heap of trouble. Will take no further part in this game. Scrum down. Time back on by the referee. Discipline, 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 key. Almost back to a full complement, Fiji, yeah, but it's Craig Casey to feed on the 15-metre mark, just outside. Fijians, 22 on this left-hand touchline. As they feed Bandiaki, Prendergast to Kieran Frawley, who's hassled. Fiji have to get behind the last man's feet, and it was a high tackle again. Discipline costing Fiji there. Tackle technique just around the shoulders. Anything above the shoulders or on the shoulders. Referees are going to pin you, Ireland. Now pin Fiji back to their own 5-metre mark on this right-hand touchline. Territory really heavily in favour of Ireland for the moment. They'll want to look to finish. Fiji have negated their one-man disadvantage up to this point. But will this be it for Ireland now? They do get their man back. When Ireland get into their structural gear, Fiji haven't had an answer. Can they do something to stop this driving maul here? As Gus McCarthy has it at the back, he's looking for his first international try. Mac Hansen goes in. It's all happening now. Ireland going for the try line. Gus McCarthy. Fiji, have they done enough to disrupt it? It's another advantage. Trigger happy with the whistle is Holly Davidson. No more nonsense, says Holly Davidson to Naya Thaleru, the captain of Fiji. Another one, and you'll see another yellow. Thank you very much. But the penalty count racking up heavily against Fiji for the moment here. Such tight margins, he thought he was on his feet, but you have to release the tackled player before you make an attempt for the ball. And according to the referee, that did not happen. Ireland are going to have another bite of the cherry here. Crucial time in the match. Fiji have absorbed so much pressure. Can they hold out just a little bit longer here? It's McCarthy again to tight burn. It's another driving maul. Can Fiji hold them out? Everyone going in there for Ireland. They've done well. They've done well, but not well enough. It's Craig Casey like a thief in the night. Rips the ball away and breaks away down this right-hand blind side and scores try number 3 for Ireland. In the right-hand corner goes the scrum off. They did well for the moment to stop the driving maul, did Fiji. Gus McCarthy, in fact, broke away. And the support line from Craig Casey was there. It's try time. On the half-hour mark, Craig Casey gets try number 3 for Ireland. And the conversion is successful. Ireland 3 tries to 0. Fiji with the solitary penalty. 8 minutes to go in this first half. It's Caleb Mintz, this time with a more contestable kick. Can Fiji get some sort of possession in Irish territory? In fact, they do. There was a knock-on from Joe McCarthy in trying to retrieve the kickoff there. The restart, should I say. And as a result, knocked it on. It's going to be a scrum down. Matawalu has ball in hand for Fiji here. Their first real opportunity for a good 15-odd, 20 minutes inside the Irish territory here. Ireland have spent over 2 minutes in Fiji's 22 up to this point. Fiji only a mere 15 seconds. That just shows you. But somehow Fiji with a massive scrum. But the referee blowing in favour of the Irish there. Fiji scrumming illegally. And just as they got an opportunity to set a scrum down set piece platform, Ireland will have another penalty, and these penalties are doing real harm to Fiji. They're up to double figures already, and we're not even on halfway yet. The halfway mark of this game. 10 penalties. Just not acceptable at international level, as Gus McCarthy throws it skew. You could have put 2 bodies next to the lock forward and it would have been skew still. Awful throw there from Gus McCarthy. Perhaps still on a high after that try assist. He's got one, remember, early on with that Caelan Doris try. This time around leaves much to be desired. Fiji on the 10-metre mark, 15 metres from this right-hand touchline. Inside their own half here, will they look to play it? Matawalu. Tuisova makes it over the advantage line. Fiji now need ball in hand. They need something before half-time to stay in the fight here. Matawalu to Muntz. How did Ireland get that ball away? Surely it's not legal, Mr. Ref. Miss Ref. However you want it. Damn it. Fiji. They've answered the call. They've got it back. Ireland looked very suspicious at the breakdown. But Fiji back in possession. Matawalu. Kanaveri taking it up. Looking to play down this blind side is Naya Thalevu. He's wrapped up by Josh van der Vliet. Surely that's around the neck. Surely. Are you blind? Interesting. No call from the referee there. The one consistency here, surely. But Ireland come away with possession. Fiji kicked it away. Just running out of ideas. Here come Ireland again. Tight burn. Kieran Frawley, Sam Prendergast. Here's an option now. Surely that's forward. Caleb Muntz picks up the loose ball. It's not forward. It's play on. Kalen Doris is offside. Finally, Fiji gets something from the referee. Robin Pengelly says, wow, these refs in TMO are so blowing for the North. How is that fly-off still on? And then a high tackle when the Irish player is a foot off the ground. Laugh out loud. You said it, not me. What was the mitigation in Prendergast's yellow card? It was a shoulder to the head. Wasn't even an attempt to wrap. Fiji with an opportunity, but again, the line-out has gone loose and picked up by Gus McCarthy. Ireland will look to clear. Prendergast with a little dummy. Straight down the throat of the fullback there of Fiji. Karawalevu. It's high. Prendergast is there though. Seems rather lethargic in his ball playing abilities. Sam Prendergast. I don't want it to be too harsh. Why can't Fiji contest? Van der Vliet is off his feet. No, says the referee. I guess that's why I'm not a referee, but it all looks a little bit slightly in favour of the Irish in terms of the calls the referee's making. You don't want to be too harsh against the referee. You just call it the luck of the Irish, eh? Lovely little kick over the top from the base from Craig Casey, forcing Fiji back inside their own half. In fact, inside their own 22. Kieran Frawley got hit quite hard there. Welcome to the Fijian defence, young man. Ireland can't afford to have him go off. He's replaced Jamie Osborne. But he could have cracked a rib there. Fiji will come at you hard all day, son. We'll win the collision, no doubt. He was committed. Surely this is not going to go up to the TMO. The loose said already on a yellow card. Ireland milking it just a little bit here. Nothing from the referee for the moment. Just over 2.5 minutes to go. Kieran Frawley's rattled. Gets up to his feet. He's going to give it another go. The grudging look against the referee. Kieran Frawley was expecting something. But the timing was spot on there from the Fijian defence. They will have to contend with the line out inside their own 22. They want to get this right. They don't. Come on, Fiji. Ireland with another opportunity before half time. It's Robbie Henshaw bumping them off. Here, there, and everywhere. Ireland in possession. Ireland don't really want the ball in contact. They know the big hits are coming. They're looking to offload as much as they can. It's a loose ball to Jacob Stockdale. And Fiji should have the last opportunity here in the first half to get out of their own half, really, or at least put up a contestable kick. The Canaveri. Again, not able to contend with it. Ireland don't want the ball in hand. Passing the ball off like it's a hot potato. They don't want any of that shade of the Fijian defence. In midfield we are, though. And Ireland in possession via Van der Fleer. Working their way to the 22. Prendergast with a compass change of direction to Kalen Doris. Naya Thalevu, wonderful defence. Tuisova brings down Jacob Stockdale. Ireland, inch by inch, working their way into the 22. Time off for the moment here. He's an injured player. It looks like an Irish player on the turf. Play was getting suspiciously closer to him. It's Craig Casey. What are we looking at here? The referee is having a word to the tight head. It's going to be a penalty. It's Darren Olagi there. Just got his timing wrong. Casey had got the ball away. What are Ireland going to do here? Just on the stroke of half time. But the penalty count, surely. Fiji have to stop the bleeding in the second half. Do you have any real chance of getting into this game? They haven't quite been in the fight. A solitary 3 points. Ireland, 3 converted tries. Have really been bossing territory and possession. Eking away the meters when they get a penalty. And it's just in the areas that Fiji have been conceding those penalties, putting Ireland deep in the danger zone. And as a result, have got 3 converted tries for their efforts. We're in the last minute of the first half here. And Ireland are going to put it into the corner. They want to make a statement before half time. And it's Prendergast who puts it 6 meters out on this left-hand touchline. Robin says, Irish like football players, crying babies. LOL. Trying to milk at the Irish. Fiji, did they get in there? It's a maul. Fiji have disrupted it, surely. How can it be Irish ball? Ref, it's a maul from the line out. It can't be Irish ball. I'm not a pastor of the rugby laws, but that one's pretty basic. If you can't get the ball out from a line-out maul, it's got to be opposition ball, surely. What do you guys think of that call? This is a decision that could cost Fiji another 7 points here, really. Really. Ireland, 10 meters out from this left-hand touchline. The scrum's gone down. They're only 5 meters out. Fiji will do well to hold them out, but they're scrumming has held up for the most part. Dubious call at best from the referee here at the culmination of the first half, gifting Ireland an opportunity to attack 5 metres out with acres of space to play with. Yeah, there is a little bit of a left-hand blindside to play with. Will we see the likes of Bandiaki running up midfield, hitting it hard? Will we see the ball out the back? It's the ball out the back. It's Prendergast to McHanson. It's too easy. The decision to gift Ireland a scrum from that line-out ball has resulted in a try. It's try number 4. Prendergast with the kick pass to McHanson out wide. Ireland up to 26 with the kick to come. And the conversion will be the last action of the first half. All the time in the world for McHanson there. No one in front of him. And try number 4. Prendergast with the conversion attempt. He's hit the post. It's in off. It's over. Ireland up to 28 points to 3. That will be that for the first half, folks. Get your refreshments as we build up towards the second half. Of course, in just a little bit, I'll be taking a little bit of a break. And of course, later live here on Forever Sports, Stevie P will be the man behind the camera to take you through Wales versus the Springboks. Can the Springboks, of course, finish their Autumn Nations series on a high? Up to this point, it's been job done, but they want job done with distinction. See you in just a little bit. Wat het gebeur met my foon dan nou? Wat het jy gedoen? Huh? Hy het so lank. Wat het gebeur? Did it pick up from a speaker or something? It sounded like... Wat gaan aan? Wat maak jy mee, bra? Oh, I see. Now I see. No. Put them what? Ek is nou nie seker nie. Kom terug. Put hom terug. Nou net vir hulle, wat is dat? Wat hom nou die maat en sien of hulle weet. No, there might be a mom's got a battery. Nee. Nou? Welke?
Okay.
I'm going back. Hello and welcome back. We're almost underway in the second half here at the Aviva Stadium. There's been some yellow cards, but it's Ireland who are fully in charge. At 28 points to 3 years, Sam Prendergast gets us underway with the restart just outside the 22, 5 meters in from this left-hand touchline. It's Matawalo, of course, is on for Frank Lamani, who got injured early in that first half. Take no further part in this game. Sets up a ruck and Matawalu puts it high for a contestable kick. Ireland regather. The contestable kick, it's Prendergast, or in fact, Prendergast, yes, to Bandiaki. Now Jacob Stockdale looking to free his legs and get into the action. He's brought to ground. Ireland back in possession. They've had the bulk of it. Wonderful line, tight burn. Almost breaking away there. Prendergast, Kieran Frawley, who makes the break. Fiji to defend for their Lions here early on the defensive. Prendergast. Ireland from left to right. Centre field, now they go by a big Joe McCarthy. Working their way to the 22, Prendergast. Caelan Doris is wrapped up by Tuisova. Caleb Muntz makes the tackle on Prendergast. But Ireland recycling the ball. In possession, Caelan Doris. Fiji looking for the big hits. Mac Hansen in the thick of things at first 5. There's space out wide here. Jacob Stockdale. Has he got the legs? Pumping. Just brought to ground by Naya Thalevu. And Fiji rescue the situation over the ball there. Illegally so. Ireland not releasing. Ominous signs early on in the second half, though. Ireland looking for their 5th try. Up by 4 converted tries to that solitary penalty from Caleb Muntz. But a welcome penalty in favour of the Fijians. And they can clear their lines just on their own 10-metre mark. Just about on this right-hand touchline. The line-out has been a shambles. They want to fix that. They want to clean up their defence. Or in fact, their discipline, I should say. But it starts here with the line-out set piece. Fix the basics. Fix what you can. Munak says Fiji are overrated, serious. Lack of pace in the back line, ill-disciplined, pathetic line-outs, and weak defence. Say it like it is, Moon Hoax. It's high again from Matawalu. Jacob Stockdale brought to ground by Wanangolo, and again, Fiji concede possession. Frawley looking to step his way. Ironi Maui wrapping him up though. Kieran Frawley not looking too comfortable. Will that be a HIA? Down on one knee, looking a bit worse for wear. Came on, of course, for Jamie Osborne in that first half. It's a rugby collision. Fiji trying to defend hard at the line, but in the process, Ireland pretty shrewd in terms of their attack, getting in behind. On more occasions than Fiji would like. Of course, what to look forward to here on Forever Sports Live with Stevie P. Wales at the Principality Stadium looking to break their hoodoo of 11 consecutive losses. They're up against the mighty Springboks, of course. They're going to have to pull all the rabbits out the hat with some spare change in order to do that and avoid a 12th consecutive defeat. But it's, of course, live here on Forever Sports South Africa, looking to close off their Autumn Nation series with 3 out of 3 and take their here to 11 out of 13. The only 2 losses, of course, to Ireland by 25 points to 24. With that last gasp drop goal from Kieran Frawley in the second test match in the June test window, and then South Africa going down to Argentina in Argentina by another solitary point, 29 points to 28. The scrum goes down here. There will be another feed for Craig Casey. Fiji have held their own at scrum time, but the lineouts, the discipline, as Moonhoke said, the defence, they've got to fix it. They've got to get into this game. What's the way in for Fiji? Is there a way in? Kieran Frawley battered and bruised, but continuing on. Ireland with 2 out-and-out 10s on the field at the moment. They won't be lacking direction. Kieran Frawley in directly behind this scrum. It's advantage, says the referee. Ireland with a free play. Robbie Henshaw. Hansen goes in to secure the ball. Ireland still under penalty advantage. Bandiaki. McHanson. Is there space here for Kieran Frawley? No, he puts it over the Fijian defence, but they're coming back for a penalty advantage from that scrum. Ireland up by 4 scores to 0. You can bet they're going to put this one into touch. Playing the bulk of this game in the Fijian territory. Fiji just not able to get their hands on the ball. Put any sort of real phases together. And into the 22 go Ireland on this left-hand touchline via the boot of Sam Prendergast. Wonderful line out from Ireland. It's clean, it's efficient, and it's Craig Casey. Bandiaki out the back to Prendergast. McHanson tries to feed. Is it Chukwu who keeps the ball alive? Bandiaki goes in unopposed. Ireland not slowing things down, and it's Bandiaki who gets try number 5 for Ireland, and they're up to 33 points. It's going up to the TMO. What are we looking at here? They're looking for a potential obstruction from one of the Irish attacking players. Kept alive by Chukwu. No obstruction. The try will be awarded to Bandiaki. It's try number 5. We're up to 33 points to 3 with the conversion to come. Tide burn. Fed Josh van der Fleer. Bandiaki took it up. They played down the short side on this left-hand touchline and kept alive by Chukwu, one of the debutants. And running a support line and going in unopposed is Bandiaki. Try number 5 for Ireland. Prendergast with the attempt at 2. Makes no mistake. It's successful. It's 5 out of 5. And Fiji bleeding tries at the moment. It's Ireland who strike first here in the second half. Craig Morgan says, yes, Fiji aren't that great against the top 5 teams in the world. RIP Fiji. Craig, we've got to give them a little bit more credit than that. They don't get an opportunity to play the big teams that often. And when they did, although Wales are a team in transition, they still managed to win a team that plays in Europe's premier international competition, being the Six Nations. But it's Ireland in possession here. Casey from the base. Looks for space. Caleb Muntz is back there, keeps it in field. But no real territory for Fiji there. It's a net gain for Ireland. They're stuck between Fiji's 10-meter mark and 22 here. Ireland playing, giving the ball some air now, and it's Bandiaki, who's got a renewed sense of confidence after his try. Ireland playing from inside their own 22. The crowd getting behind their home side here. Ireland, of course, have to still play Australia next week. Another team on the rise after a rather average Rugby Championship. Australia are 2 out of 2 in the Autumn Nations Series. They, of course, take on Scotland tomorrow. I'll be live for that one here on Forever Sports. Do join in. And next week, Ireland will take on Australia at home. That should be another cracking game. I'll be live for that one as well. For the moment here, Ireland bossing play. Caelan Doris. They're giving the ball some real air now. Stockdale to Frawley to McHanson. Can't get past the Fijian defence on that occasion. Wonderful defence from Fiji there. They were stretched. Ireland getting in behind. Frawley with the lovely hands to McHanson. They will have a line out. The pass from Jacob Stockdale to Frawley almost looked a bit forward. It's irrelevant though. Fiji will have an opportunity to exit. Never really in the fight up to this point, as we have just about over a half an hour to go. The big one, of course, is Wales hosting the Springboks. A lot has been spoken of in terms of Warren Gatland and his reign as the Welsh coach. Will this be the straw that broke the camel's back should Wales lose to the Boks? If you're a South African supporter, when Wales lose to the Boks, but Fiji managed to secure a line out crucially inside their own 22. They opt not to go for touch. They had the safety of the touchline. They give possession back to Ireland. And it's Frawley again, who's hammered to the ground. Fiji stretched on this right-hand side. It's the number 23 on, Stuart McCloskey, for Jacob Stockdale, who takes it up. He's brought to ground. Gus McCarthy looks for a little roll, but one roll too many. Almost into a half gap there, Gus McCarthy, the debutant. Concedes the penalty, though, and crucially, thank heavens for Fiji, they can find themselves into Irish territory here, just beyond Ireland's 10-meter mark on this right-hand touchline. Let's get the likes of Tuisova into the game. Naya Thalevu. But they need to build the phases. They can't go 1-2 phases and then box kick. And on the field for, is it Chukwu, is Ian Henderson? Is it Chukwu, of course? His international debut was a big hit from Tuisova on Kieran Frawley. He'll feel it tomorrow, no doubt. Fiji look to play quick. It's Caleb Muntz. Is there some shape on this attack? Wrapped up by the Irish defence. Caleb Muntz cleans up the loose ball, but we're coming back for a scrum down. Ireland, in the process of defending that attack, have knocked it on. It's going to be a Fijian scrum. On the field for Finlay Beelum, Thomas Clarkson earns his second cap off the bench. Tough going for Fiji here today, though. Give me your score predictions of the Box versus Ireland here in the comments section. Where you tuned in from, guys? Penalty. Would you believe it's in favour of Fiji at scrum time? Ireland infringing there, according to Holly Davidson. And a wonderful kick into touch. On the money from Caleb Muntz. They're just about 7 metres out from the Irish try line on this left-hand touch line. Can they get on the scoreboard in terms of a try here, Fiji? On the field, Matavesi for Kanaveri at hooker. Can he find his man? Yes, he can. Fiji look for a driving maul. Ireland a little bit disjointed, but Joe McCarthy somehow comes away with the ball, illegally so. Get out of there, man. You stopped something good there, son. And the referee's blown you up, rightfully so. Caleb Muntz puts it into touch. Fiji needs something here. Precious few possession inside the Irish 22 for Fiji. Matavesi to feed. It's over the top. It's a big hit from Caelan Doris. Ireland trying to disrupt it at the breakdown. Fiji somehow get the ball back. Almost another lost ball at line out time, but somehow Matawalu centre field now. Fiji only 7 metres out for the moment, going from side to side. Somehow, Fiji, can they get there? If we can't get you out wide, we'll go through the middle. They do get a try. The pillars were not in place for Ireland. Switched off for a moment. Salawa, Kitioni Salawa, gets the try for Fiji. Can that be the opportunity for them to get some respectability back in this scoreline? They've had nothing to show for up to this point. Kitioni Salawa said, I'll go through the middle, and try time it is. Muntz with the conversion attempt. Makes no mistake. As soon as he struck it, he knew it was over. Fiji up to double figures. It's 35 points to 10. That's what we want to see. Give us some more. Flying Fiji. Tuisova there looked like he lost it forward. The call came from the assistant referee there just from the restart. Tuisova not clean under that high ball. And Ireland will have an opportunity deep inside Fijian territory, just about on the 22, 15 meters in from this left-hand touchline. It's Kalen Doris who breaks away from the base. Fiji don't want to concede here. They want to get back into this game now. Penalty to Ireland. Hands in at ruck time. And Ireland, of course, taking the opportunity to kick for the corner by the boot of Sam Prendergast. It's Kalen Doris who made a good run. Fiji off their feet. You've got to keep your feet if you want to get out of the ball there. Right in front of the referee. Gus McCarthy with the feed here. 6 meters out. Casey to Bandiaki. Met just behind the gain line. Tide burn. Hit hard by Tuisova. Ireland. Prendergast. McCloskey. Can't break through. Fiji have got to roll away there. Casey to Henderson. Ireland still in possession. Phase number 5 here. Joe McCarthy. Keeping within their structures. Keeping the attacking shape. It's tide burn again. Prendergast. Naya Thalevu. Forward pass. Kieran Frawley threw the ball to Connor Murray, who was floating down that right-hand touchline. Sorry, son, it's forward. Fiji, breathe again. Come on, guys, give your score prediction for the box game. Where are you watching? You're cheering for the box, of course. They say when you're good, you're good. When you're great, you're excellent. And that's why they're world champions. Live here on Forever Sports at 7:30 South African Standard Time, of course, with Stevie P. For the moment, Fiji still trail by 25 and stuck now deep inside their own danger zone. Fortunately, though, they do have an opportunity to exit. Coach Mick Byrne of Fiji making a couple of changes. Looks like Albert Tuisue is on at number 8 off the bench. Matawalu to feed for Fiji. And they get another scrum penalty. This time it's Thomas Clarkson pinned by the referee. Collapsing. Got no patience for you, son. Fiji can get out of here and work their way up to halfway. We're in to the last quarter, just about in this game. Here at the Aviva Stadium, 5 tries to 1. Fiji with that solitary penalty from the boot of Caleb Muntz. But they're not going to win it in threes now, and again the line out goes astray. And Ireland via Bandiaki clean up the loose ball. Frawley to Hansen, puts it to the boot. Who's there? Wanangolo. Hounded by Kieran Frawley, but somehow got out of it. Fiji all of a sudden back on their own try line just about. Tuisue off the bench. Takes it up, but he's brought to ground. They need to clear this ball now. Caleb Muntz makes no mistake, but they're still now stuck inside their own 22 on this left-hand touchline. Fiji spending a bulk of this game defending. They need to find a way to generate some more opportunities in possession. They haven't really stretched the Irish defence, which has been really up to it in the times that Fiji have tried to take it up. Time off for the moment. So far in the second half, it's 7 apiece. It's that first half. The discipline issues that really hurt the Fijians, racking up double figures in terms of a penalty count against them. Philomena Botitu on the field for Wasianaya Thalevu. Botitu, of course, dynamic himself. Can he break the game open here? He'll have to wait. It's Ireland with the feed. On the 22 on this left-hand touchline, Gus McCarthy. For Ireland, to Tide Bird at the back. Doris. Prendergast. Is there an opportunity? Caleb Muntz is back there, covering in the backfield. Dots it over the try line. It's going to be a goal line dropout to Ireland. Creating a lot of opportunities, but thankfully for Fiji not being able to close them off. A lot has to be said about that yellow card to Prendergast in the first half. What, in fact, was the mitigation that got the bunker to keep it at a yellow and not a straight red? Late, shoulder to head, no wrap. We just want the consistency. And that could have been a real game changer, no doubt. Fiji, Prendergast, looks like another forward pass. Advantage to Ireland here. They're on a free play. Fiji defending inside their own 22 here. Casey with the kick pass. It's too far. Who's out there? Joe McCarthy. Can't do much with it. They're coming back. It's an early tackle. The Irish players looking out on their feet. But they'll go again here into this left-hand corner via the boot of Sam Prendergast. Gus McCarthy still looking for his first international try here on debut. Will we see a driving maul? Here it is. Can Fiji absorb this? Or Ireland going to be too much? It's too much. It's try time on debut for Gus McCarthy. The Irish players congratulating him, almost as if they won a World Cup, which in fact they've never done. They can be the number one team in the world for as long as they want. Get beyond the Rugby World Cup quarter-final, then we talk again, Ireland. But let's not take the shine away from Gus McCarthy. A special moment on debut. The rolling maul just kept rolling on. Bandiaki amongst others in there. And over. Try time. Ireland with try number 6. With the conversion to come. The conversion is successful. Try on debut for Gus McCarthy. The restart from Fiji. They get it back. They want to play with some ball in hand. You kind of feel this game is going to open up somewhat. Here's an opportunity now. Fiji! That's what they'll do to you. We just haven't seen enough of it tonight. But it is try time. And that is simply sensational. Moment of the match. Setareki Turagoke. You will remember the name. Started by Caleb Muntz with the break. And then the offload. And Setareki Turagoke is over. Fiji up to 15. And they strike right back. Where's this been all the while? With a little over 14 minutes to play, the result might be conclusive, but Fiji setting the game alight with what one could argue is the moment of the match there. Wonderful break by Caleb Muntz. The try assist for the ages, and Turagoke goes over, and again, Tuisova can't gather the restart. It's deja vu here. Ireland looking to strike right back. Joe McCarthy. It's all opening up like a can of worms now. How long is this advantage, referee? Ireland looking to clear that ball from the base. Fiji disrupting Craig Casey there. And another yellow card. It's the try scorer. Adrenaline pumping through his veins. Will have to sit in the sin bin. Gave us just a few moments ago the moment of the match, one could say. But that a moment you'd much rather want to forget. Ireland with the penalty 5 meters out. They're going to tap and go here. 42-17. 6 tries. And all of them converted to 17. To 2 tries and a penalty from Fiji. But it's Kaylin Doris now. It's all action here. Bandiaki. Wrapped up by Caleb Muntz there. Here's an opportunity for Ireland. Just short. Henderson. 2 meters out. Hansen is on the score sheet. Ireland looking to build an innings here towards a half a century of points. They're up to 47 with the conversion to come, and it's Mac Hansen who scores. And again, basic errors costing the Fijians. Tuisova from the restart. Advantage to Ireland, and as a result conceded a penalty. Turagoke over eager getting the yellow card, and Ireland now opening up with the 1-man advantage, and Mac Hansen goes over in this left-hand corner with the conversion to come. The conversion, the first miss of the evening for Prendergast. The score stays at 47-17. The restart, Ireland in possession. Just over 10 minutes to play. It's all getting a little bit loose at the moment here. Craig Casey. Onto the loose ball. Here come Fiji. No, says the referee. Another penalty. And Ireland are going to chip away some more territory here. Back into the half of Fiji we go. Something they've really struggled with all evening, Ireland. Really have been able to dictate play. More than double the amount of passes in the game. Showing their dominance in terms of possession and territory here. Gus McCarthy. Ireland, clean ball at the line out. It's Bandiaki. Breaks one. He's going all the way. Surely now. He's held up. No try. Bandiaki barging his way towards the try line. Just couldn't get it down on the chalk. It's going to be a goal line dropout. It's been a tough old afternoon for Fiji, no doubt. Ireland gather the restart from the goal line dropout. Caelan Doris looking to pick and go. Ireland, free rein here at the moment. The pass out wide to McCloskey. Just not accurate enough. Fiji, you find, have been really forced to spend much of the game right in their own half, in their own danger zone, inside their 22. Have not been able to set up consecutive phases to ask any real questions of the Irish defence. Have the Fijians. Strong showing tonight from the likes of Bandiaki. Got a try to his name back in the team. Showing his worth in that number 12 jersey. Matawalu for Fiji. Will we see them run it from here? Muntz. Here come Fiji now. Titu looking to open it up. He's worked himself up to the 10-meter mark. This is where Fiji can be dangerous. Wainingolo on this left wing. Just couldn't hold on to the pass from Caleb Muntz. We'll restart with the scrum down to Ireland. 5 meters in from this left-hand touchline on the Fijian 10-meter mark. But we saw Fiji give the ball some air there, and it's Potitu making his way upfield. Just have not seen enough of that. Dejected look from Coach McBurn. We know what they're capable of, but you've got to do it at the highest level, and it's been a tough showing here this afternoon at the Aviva Stadium. A little over 5 minutes to play. Ireland by 47-17. Craig Casey to feed Bandiaki off the field. Kelleher is on the field, but that means Caelan Doris has gone into the back line. Rather interesting move. Fiji now will look to play. Wainingolo sits down Kieran Frawley. Can Fiji free it up? No, they can't. BT2 is bundled into touch. The intent is there, but just running out of space there, Fiji. Kieran Frawley tomorrow will be full of bumps and bruises, no doubt. He'll know he's been involved in a test match. Defensively, Fiji have put in the hits. One finds they were perhaps a little bit over-eager at times. The set piece, especially at line-out time, a real problem for Fiji. No real platform to ask any real questions of this Irish defence. Ireland, for the bulk of this game, have been bossing it. It's Kelleher to feed. Time is off for the moment. Fiji still playing with the man down. The try scorer for Fiji's second try. Setareki Turagoke. Still having a cool down session in the sin bin. Can Ireland hit 50 here? It's a clean line out for Henderson. It's a driving maul. Kelleher at the back. Controls possession. Casey going scratching for it. He gets it out. Prendergast. Mac Hansen off the right wing. Frawley hit hard again, but he puts a grubber in. Is there an opportunity for Fiji to attack here? In possession, Matawalu. They want to run it from here, Fiji. But T2. Lovely ball. Prendergast makes a good tackle on this right-hand touchline. It's a good counter-ruck. It's a big hit. Caleb Muntz picks up the loose ball. Fiji get it back. Is there one final hoorah here for Fiji? Still playing with the man down, but playing with real intent here. It's just a shame. The sands of time running out for Fiji. It's another counter-ruck. It's another advantage to Ireland. And the ill discipline rearing its ugly head again. Prendergast looking for the kick pass. McCloskey can't collect the kick pass. Surely we're coming back for the penalty. Ireland want to end strong here with 3 minutes to play. We've seen some glimpses of the flying Fijian magic, but most certainly not enough. As we see Bandiaki named the Autumn Nation Series Man of the Match in his first game back in that number 12 jersey. Rightfully so for Bandiaki. Ireland flying high here by 47-17. One last opportunity to hit 50 for Ireland. Kelleher to feed on this left-hand touchline. Inside the 22, 15 metres out from the Fijian try line. Ireland via Caelan Doris. Kelleher with the step. Try time! Matawalu involved in a scrap here. Here it is. Archie Barchie, how's your father? Fiji not going down without a fight. It's Saturday action night at the Aviva Stadium. Won't stop the try, of course. But don't we always like to see a little bit of argy-bargy? Ronan Kelleher hits 50 for Ireland. And the conversion to come. Will there be enough time for a restart? It's Caelan Doris who broke away from the maul, fed Ronan Kelleher, who gave a couple of good strides, then a little step, and then it was on for all money. Matawalu versus Craig Casey. Where's the boxing gloves? The conversion this time again sails wide. Unsuccessful with his last two attempts was Sam Prendergast. But only seconds remain. 52-17. It's been a demolition job at the Aviva. And the restart. Awful from Caleb Muntz. He's had a good game up to this point. A little bit of a shining light, one could say, in that number 10 jersey, but that's a kick he'd much rather want to forget as soon as possible. What will Ireland do here from the restart? (52 plays 17). Four tries in the first half, 4 tries in the second half. 8 tries to 2 and the single solitary penalty from Fiji. Casey to feed. Fiji get it though. Matawalu. Can Fiji finish strong here? Still in possession. Caleb Muntz. Wainangolo. Connor Murray somehow rescues it for Ireland. And surely Casey is going to put this into the stands. He feeds Prendergast, who does just that. And that, folks, will be that here at the Aviva Stadium. Ireland run riot against Fiji by 52 points to 17. It's been an absolute pleasure, and of course, we look forward to the Springboks closing off the Autumn Nations series against Wales in just a little bit. Live with Stevie P here on Forever Sports. But from the Aviva Stadium, it's Ireland 52, Fiji 17. And until next time, from myself, Roots, I say bye for now.